of turn number 4. It is 30 laps the distance. Round 1 for the Sunoco Chase for the Cup. Green flag is out. We're underway.
Tracy pulls out by half a car length on Goodrow for the moment. Goodrow works it back up to even on the inside. Campbell takes a down look on the inside, doesn't have the momentum, has to park it behind the 32 of Goodrow at lap 1. It's Nate Tracy who peeks out by a nose.
Tracy gets a good run off at turn 2 and sets the pace down the back straightaway. Goodrow slides up. Look at Campbell dive down to the bottom of Goodrow. Goodrow slides up the racetrack. Campbell down on the inside, looks for some running room on the inside. Goodrow gets caught up top, and here comes the 8 down on the inside.
Andrew Gomes in pursuit behind the 32 of Goodrow, as is Charlie Rose trying to put his bud on this flower, but it's Nate Tracy pulling out by 5 car lengths in a turn number 2. Billy Goodrow in second. Third, for the moment, is held by Brittany Campbell.
Goodrow gets a good run down the back straightaway, puts a half a car length between he and Campbell as Charlie Rose sits chomping at the bit, trying to make it 3 wide, settles it in back behind, down into turn 1. Off the corner, Rose takes a look down to the inside. Campbell, a little bit loose. Gomes up on the outside, 3 wide for third. Rose on the inside, takes the spots.
Rose and Campbell make contact, but nonetheless, it is Rose coming out and taking the spot away. Tracy has opened up half a straightaway advantage on Billy Goodrow. Rose peeks down to the inside. Goodrow shuts the door. Rose settles in for third. Gomes and Lebrun round out 4 and 5.
Down into 1 and 2, and Rose all over the back bumper of the 32 of Goodrow, trying to take a look down to the inside. Here comes Gomes, the rookie, trying to make some noise. Settles it in back behind Rose as they come off of turn number 4. Side by side for the number 2 spot.
Rose and Goodrow wheel to wheel into turn number 2. Here comes Gomes trying to make a peek down to the inside. Doesn't have the run of momentum. Rose shuts the door, takes the spot away from Gomes, and it's Billy Goodrow hanging tight on the outside. He sits a wheel behind Charlie at lap number 8.
Campbell doing a whale of a job handling on to that number 8 as she got sideways down the front straightaway. The 27 of Lebrun and the 30 of Burns all over the back bumper as they head down into turn 1. And keep your eyes on the 38 of Souza as he works himself up through the field.
He's in the top 10 now, and Nate Tracy has booked his flight to victory lane. Still half a straightaway lead on Charlie Rose. But in the middle of the pack, it is Burns, Campbell, and Lebrun dogging it out for the 5th position. Burns gets a run on Campbell, who is side by side with Lebrun for P6.
Lebrun down on the inside, looking for some running room as they come off of turn number 2. Brittany hanging tight up on the outside as they hit turn 3 behind them. The 08 of Richie Murray and the 22 of Mark Jenison race side by side down into turn 1, and the 38 of Connor Souza is all over the 08 of Murray.
Rowdy Burns works his way into the top 5, is side by side with Billy Goodrow for the moment. Peeks out by a nose. Now a car length, crosses over, takes the 4th position away. Rose now being chased by the rookie Andrew Gomes into 3, takes a look to the inside. Backs off the throttle, settles it behind in for 3rd.
Down into 1 and 2, Gomes, the rookie, learning a lot, just following the 91 of Charlie Rose as he has done a lot this year. 15 down, 15 to go, and Nate Tracy sets the pace down into turn number 1. Deeper in the pack, trouble down the back straightaway as the 32 MA of Trent Goodrow went around. That slows up the field, and Nate Tracy, who had an absolute commanding lead on the field, pulls down to the infield. Caution lights out, ready to go off of turn number 4. Tracy and Rose start to wind it up off the corner. There's a green flag. Tracy spins the tires down the front straightaway. 3 wide for second as Rose takes off of 2.
Burns gets a run on the outside. Here comes Gomes now on the inside. They are stacked up double wide behind the leader, Charlie Rose. 3 wide for the moment. Deeper with Campbell, Goodrow, and Connor Souza.
Connor Souza really making some moves on the inside. He gets into Goodrow. Goodrow gets sideways. Lebrun goes around up in turn number 2. Jacob Burns on the inside. Off of 4 they come. Green flag is back out. We're back underway as they race down into turn number 1. Rose up top. Burns down to the inside. Trouble for Campbell off at 2. Goodrow gets sideways. Jenison off the wall. So is the 11. The 67 of Silva spins down to the infield. And we are slowed up. We're ready to go off at turn 4. Charlie Rose on the inside this time. Off the corner. He and Burns race down into turn number 1. Slides up. Here comes Gomes. No room there. They settle it down the back straightaway.
They are even at the front of the field. It is Burns and Charlie Rose. Charlie able to poke out by a headlight, but it's Andrew Gomes settling in for third.
Trouble off at turn 2. Goodrow and Campbell get together. Pace truck pulls out of the infield. We're ready to go. Charlie Rose again on the inside. Jacob Burns up top. Andrew Gomes and Nate Tracy, row number 2, as they wind up off of 4. There's a green flag. We're back underway and down into 1. They are a dead heat through the middle of the corner. Look at Gomes chomping at the bit, trying to take a run down to the inside. Burns up top, looking for the lead down into 3. Rose throws it in hard and deep on the inside.
Gomes goes way inside, but doesn't have the run of momentum, but off of the stripe, Jacob Burns is the new leader. It is a dead heat. Look at Burns, though, get a huge run on the outside, overtakes the lead. Rose throws it in hard inside, backs off the throttle, and it's Jacob Burns setting the pace in a 1 and 2.
Jacob Burns uses that outside trouble off of 4. We got 2 cars together, the 32 of Trent Goodrow, the 67 of Silva get together. Burns using that outside. Field is set. Off of 4, looking for the green. Burns on the outside, Rose down low, and down into 1 they go. Up in that second and third groove down the back straightaway. Burns gets an advantage down into 3. Rose battles back on the inside.
They are stuck like glue. 6 inches of separation between Burns and Charlie Rose as they hit turn number 2. Gomes comfortably in third. Rowdy gets a run on the outside, but Rose trying to throw it back in hard into the bottom groove.
Charlie has said many times his car runs better on the outside. And with Burns taking that top lane away, really worked for him as they rolled down the back straightaway. Connor Souza has worked himself up through the field, up into the 4th spot. Belcher down underneath, bounces off the 0 of Tracy. And behind them, Brendan LaBelle up into the top 6 as they come down the back straightaway.
Burns sets the pace by 2 car lengths into the final 2 corners. Rose doesn't have the momentum. Has to settle it behind the 30 of Burns. Here comes Andrew Gomes now, trying to put his dog in the fight. Sits behind Rose, looks for the 2nd spot.
Gomes has got to be careful as Connor Souza has really worked himself up through the field like a hot knife through butter. Rose loose off the corner. Gomes taking a peek down to the inside. They hit turn 1. Andrew Gomes, trouble off at turn number 3. The 67 of Johnny Silva goes around once again, and we are slowed up at lap number 21. Battle scars on the car. The Bristol Toyota Pace truck down into the center of the infield. 21 down, 9 to go. Burns up top, gets the run off of 4. Green flag, back out. And look at Rose try to battle back to the front, but it's Burns down the backstretch looking for the lead, and he takes it.
Burns takes the lead by 3/4 of a car length into 3 and 4. Here comes Rose. They make contact. We stay green, though. Connor Souza, that allows him to come on the inside. Andrew Gomes in as well. He's even with Rose for the 2nd spot.
Up on the outside comes Chase Belcher trying to make some noise into the top 5 now. Burns sets a pace. Rose and Gomes battling side by side. The 38 of Souza sits 4th with the 35 of Belcher now into the top 5. Trouble for the 47. He goes around down the back straightaway. We're back under caution. Looks like Goodrow. And look at him all over Brittany Campbell. Spins her under caution. That's going to get him at least a probation, if not a suspension. Off of turn number 4. Here they come up on the throttle. We're back underway. That time it's a good one. Down into 1. Rose looking for an advantage, but off the corner. Here comes Burns like a rocket up on the outside to the lead.
Settles it in front of the 91 of Rose. Now pulls out by a car length with Souza and Andrew Gomes side by side behind Charlie Rose. And Jacob Burns able to stretch this out to 3 car lengths into 3. 5 laps to go next time by.
5 more circuits to go as they come off the corner, and right now the battle is for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Rose doing everything he can to hang on as the 10 of Gomes sneaks in underneath, looking for a runner-up finish down into turn number 3. Off the corner they come. Rose slides back to 3rd. Gomes up to 2nd.
Wheel to wheel are Gomes and Rose into turn number 2. Connor Souza in 4th with Nate Tracy for the moment rounding out the top 5. He races side by side with Chase Belcher, but up front, It's a Rowdy rampage into turn number 2. Jacob Burns controls into the final 2 corners.
Charlie Rose still hangs tight on the outside as they hit turn number 3. Twin sticks are up. Off the corner they come. Gomes and Rose still wheel to wheel down into turn number 1. Souza sitting in the 4th spot. Nate Tracy back up inside the top 5 in the 0. Great run for him with 1 to go.
Gomes sits in front of Rose now by just about a nose as Jacob Burns sets the pace into 3 and 4 for the last time. Checkered flag in the air. Burns off of 4. He's going to pick up the win. Second place. It's tight like glue, but give it to Charlie Rose by a nose with Andrew Gomes rounding out the top 3.
Solid footing with 2 more shows to go before we cut it down to the final 4. We'll give him a second to pull off the helmet and the safety gear and climb out of the winning car. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Rowdy Burns. Jacob, congratulations. Probably the longest 30 laps you've ever run.
Yeah, it took forever. I mean, those guys were just battling for last place. But, you know, at the end, we knew once we had control of the restart, we were going to have him on the outside. As long as we kept that top away from Charlie, we knew we would have him.
He got real loose towards the end of the race. You really took advantage. Were you just biding your time, or were you waiting for the openings?
I was just waiting for the openings. The beginning of the race was really tough, and there was a bunch of people, a little bit slower and slower than us and all that stuff. But, once we got up the outside and Charlie was in front of us, 2nd and 4th, we knew we had something for him. So it was just a matter of time.
Over the last 5 laps, you started to put some distance between you and everybody else. It's a great way to kick off this chase.
Yeah, definitely. We were struggling all day. We had maybe a top 5 car, but, we made the right adjustments thanks to Mike Vaness. We went back to our own basic, and it worked.
A lot of people to thank.
Huge thanks to all my sponsors. Huge thanks to my uncle, Mike Vaness, my crew, Mark, Colin. Huge thanks to my spotter, Jake, for coming out tonight.
Congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, our late model feature winner, Jacob Rowdy Burns.